Hello everyone, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I junk journal and I slow stitch. I do that as sustainably as possible, and I thought tonight I would sort of introduce you to my new project. So this is going to be a sort of a mid-long term project, but everything starts somewhere, doesn't it? I want to make a wise woman book, and it's a bit like, I know that there's Commonplace books going around, which is like an old notion from hundreds of years ago, where you would write down quotes and things when people couldn't afford to buy books, basically, and they'd take their favourite bit out and they would write it in their book, and it would be their place of reference for things. And so I don't particularly want to make like a commonplace book that's like that, where it's just quotes. I want it to be more personal to me. And I kind of want it to celebrate this next phase of life. So I turned 50 last year. I'm entering my third age. I've been the maiden, I am the mother, I am entering my crone era, and I am quite excited about it on one level. Not at all on other levels, but the idea of like having experience behind me and recognising that and being okay with that, and even being okay with aging, I kind of like it. So I want to celebrate it. And I think I want to celebrate it by making a sort of a compendium of Lindsay-ness. I'm calling it my Book of Whispers, because I don't know if anybody would read it. I don't know if my daughter would eventually read it. I don't know. I'm just going to make my own Book of Whispers. So it's going to be a junk journal. What I did was I had this Flower Fairy book, and it was like that big. Probably easier to show you that way. It was that big, and I sort of cut two ends off, and then I've made my own spine. Now I have done this before, because I'm like, have I done this before? Did I need to switch the camera on? And I'm sure I did do it before, but I know I will definitely be doing it again for Junk Journal January. And I'll take you through the entire process of making the book for Junk Journal January then, I think. So, because I will be making a spine wider for that book. But anyway, you can see some of the innards. I used fabric tape, which you use on mussels, like kind of fabric tape, just to sort of stick the spine to the boards. And then I tea dyed it and just sort of put lots of tea dye on. And I just stuck another piece of my fabric. This has come from those fabric swatches that I got the other week. I've kind of stopped there because I'm not quite sure how I want to carry on decorating the cover. So I'm like, do I want to stick that down, or do I want to put something underneath? So I've kind of left myself with this bit flapping, but I do think you can sort of see the construction of how once everything's all neatly done, you won't be able to see any of the insides. I kind of like the fraying. I like the purple and the green. It's giving slight Halloween-y vibes. I may make that green darker. I don't know, so that's why I paused. So I'm going to put that to one side and say that at the same time, I'm going to make a sidekick journal using the same stuff, because I really like the notion of a long, thin journal that's bound like a book. So I think whatever the scraps are, I will just sort of bind them in that book, and we'll just see whatever comes of it, really. It's kind of rough on the sides, but I'm sure there'll be something I can do to make it not and make it something else. So those are the kind of journal covers. Now I want to make 3 signatures, and the signatures are going to be quite substantial because there's going to be paint. I don't know how much sticking in there's going to be in this journal, but I think we can take 3 quite substantial signatures into this. This is 4 centimetres. I don't know what that is in old money. Let me get my... So it is just over 2.5, or just over 1.5 inches, sorry, and it is 4 centimetres in width. So yeah, I think we can get 3 nice signatures in there and have plenty of room for growth. So I've been looking at my mountain of books. I have loads of books that you can get that variety of places, charity shops. side of the road book libraries, kind of go look low and see what people don't want, the water damaged ones, those types of things. Oh, see, I like a bit of whimsy. I'm loving a bit of whimsy. So I'm just going to flip through these books and see if there's anything that sort of jumps out at me that I like the look at. Like, I do like the look of those two. I don't mind the chicken, not so bothered about the boys, but the boys can be covered up. And I'm just going to pull them out. Now, they're going to be too big for my book, but we'll be making pockets, or we'll be making other bits and pieces. This is very 1970s, isn't it? I kind of want things that either remind me of my childhood, or it just resonates. And we're literally going to just choose a few. We might only have one out of this book, which is alright. It doesn't have to be more than one. If you see it, wave and cheer. I like that clock, but my book's the wrong shape. I do like that clock. I have a thing about clocks. I like a clock. Oh, there's a cat there. Let's have a look at that cat. A few weeks back. Oh, no, I'll keep that. There's something else. Right. What have I got children's book wise? I've got these because I like that old lady. She might get cut out rather than the giant. Yeah, she might get cut out. I like the birds. Not so bothered about the baby and the man, but I like the birds. I don't mind the baby in that one, and I like the old lady. I'm not saying I'm an old lady, I'm saying I'm entering that third age. So don't be offended if you're also 50. Kinda, or even if you're older than 50. So yeah, I liked that sort of street scene, and I figure I could rip that up quite well and make pages out of it. And I like the chickens. Not so bothered about the man, but stuff can be stuck over stuff. Again, I liked the street scene. On the other side, I like the letters on that. Right. We are just whizzing through and choosing things, and then we're going to just start folding up signatures. Do I like that? Do I like that for the front? Check it out. So this is a it's a mixture. I think there's some 1990s stuff in here as well, but a 1970s flower arranging book. I like that. That I got, basically I ended up getting 2 books that were like in a set, and then I went and got 2 more books from exactly the same place. I couldn't believe it. So they are 1970s flower arranging books, and I got them from the local supermarket. I don't want a glossy page, I only want the matte stuff. It might be all out of the matte stuff because it is what I reach for. What's this here? It's all going a bit peaked. Yeah, we might be out of the matte stuff. No matter, I have got a box full of bits that I cut out. What are you? No. Oh, no. So I got 4 books that were this size, and that's all that's left of those 4 books. So they do get used. That's basically what happens to my books. I start on them, I start whittling away at them, and then eventually they get used. Now this is one I got the other day. I don't know if I want to make a Christmas journal with some of the bits in here, or if there are things in here. There's windmills. I do love a windmill. I'm quite whimsical, you know. I like a fairy. I like a, you know, I like that. Like, I like that. So we shall see. Okay, I'll put that back there for now. This is giant all colour book of fairy tales. Oh, that's magical. Okay, there's going to be, oh, look at that. That's amazing. I think I got this from a charity shop in the town where my office days are. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, that is so lush. Okay. Emperor's Nightingale. What are you, Rumpelstiltskin? What have we got here? Shepherdess and the Chimney Sweep. Snow White. Okay. I might have enough children's book things, but it's reminded me that I have this, and this is amazing. Oh, she's beautiful. There's another one that's got really bright, vivid colours. Okay, right. I'm going to put that to one side, but that is going to become something... Ah, see, I like that. I really like that. That can become something... I know it's not, it's glossy, but I like her. So I've got this, it's the Age of Baroque. So it's all very sort of Louis the 15th or 14th or whatever. Pages are slightly glossy, but I'm just thinking, quite like that. I'll just start ripping out. If I see something I'm going to use, because I know I will make a page out of that. And I like that it's split. Okay, there's bits that I could cut out. See, Christmas is coming and Christmas fairies. Like, I will cut her out, stick some wings on. She could become a fairy. I like antique books for that. You can get sort of really good little characters and figurines. Look at them, cherubs. I tell you, I love a Baroque cherub. Oh, I like that. Oh, you could cut those bits out, couldn't you? And put something in the middle. How would I fussy cut that? I could tear it and then like... Oh, we'll see, we'll have that. We will have that. So yeah, so I get my books. I get them from all over. But mainly, it is charity shops. The shelves at Tesco, my local Tesco, has amazing shelves. And you just go and put like, you know, 50p a book or whatever. Now they've got some pictures. Because I was thinking, just some pages... just have art, because and I've got acrylic markers that I am loving at the minute, and they will go over this stuff quite well, you know, because I'm not doing everything with watercolour. So some shiny pages will be alright. I can always gesso over things as well. So yeah, so I get my pages from the side of the road, library type situations, charity shops. Do you want to think about the naked lady? I like those though. See, they may get fussy cut it out. Naked lady. I like them though. So yeah, I just collect them. Whenever I see something in the wild that I like, I think, oh, that will be useful, and I put it in my junk journal library that's on my shelves on the landing. And I like her. And then they sit and they wait for their junk journal destiny. Oh, she's beautiful. I want to do a Jane Austen book, a Pride and Prejudice one. I mean, she's a bit before the time. How beautiful is that? I mean, I wouldn't want to be a woman living in those times. That would have been horrendous, I should imagine, on lots of levels. Lots and lots of levels. Okay, right, put that one to one side. And I think we might just be choosing pages. Like, literally, we're just going to choose... Oh, see. think, where is this book? She almost has the profile of my daughter. I like that. Seeing she could become a flip out. Right, we'll have that. That's already been out. I've already gutted this book. Bit of Mona Lisa. Can I fit Mona Lisa's face in? Yeah, we'll have Mona Lisa. So we've got that. That very pretty lady with her pearls. Just like our little... cheruby ones. I must have used all of that then, or I've cut it up and put it in a box. That's probably more likely. So I think as well, once I do, just so you know how I gather all my bits, and sometimes I organise it into like page size pages and then like ephemera size, and they get cut up and put in boxes and sort of processed, just so I can reach for that, you know, like kind of a box of stuff. So the same with like my vintage and antique stuff, they get put into boxes and they get processed. So I'm going to class that, oh no, because I want to cut that out. Alright, so that's imagery. So now, in between the imagery pages, I want some book page pages. And I've already took a few out. And I just want to talk about the type of paper that I look for when I'm making a page. So I look for paper that has a bit of weight to it. Now, and also for it not to be brittle. So this isn't brittle. It is old paper, but it's got a bit of weight to it, and it'll hold paint well. So I've got these, and I think that's from the same. I'm going to print a stamp on them because they're blank. Similar pages. This is a little bit bigger. So the different sizes, and then there's this gardening paper. That's the same. That's the writing paper. This was a book that was really wide. I almost wish I don't know what I've done with the cover, because the cover would have been amazing for this book. It's like a tome, and it has made so many journals, this book. I can't count nearly every single journal I've made since 22. I think that's when I got it. Junk journal, July 22 or 23. It might be 23. And I've just used it. So this is like the last little bits of that book. So that needs to go in my Wise Woman book. And then music. So this is quite an old, because it's 25 shilling. So it's pre-decimalisation. But the pages aren't thin. But they're as thin as I would probably go. So I love a dictionary page, but I wouldn't put a dictionary page into my journal to be a page. Because it needs to have a little bit of substance so that it'll hold up to turning the page. You know, basically it'll hold up to the wear and tear. Now as well, down here I have this stuff, and I'm going to have one of these. I can reach out of it. So I'm going to use one of these. So this is like a big library folio book, and I got a segment of it for £1.50 from an antique set, and it was like quite a sizable segment, but again I think we're down for the last sort of 10 pages or so. And it's about Ely, which is a small city near where I live in Cambridgeshire. So it would have sat in somebody's library. I don't know how it ended up in pieces and in antiques barn near Bury St Edmunds, but that's where it ended up. And so that, I think, will make up my pages for my page selection. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stand up, I'm going to look at the camera and see how long I've been filming, and then we'll work out if we're going to do the pages now or if we'll do that in another video. I don't know. But this is a sort of real time. If you're making a junk journal and you're making it from junk, this is the process that I would be going through. Okay, let me just check. 20 minutes. Let's make some signatures. So I want to make 3. How do I want to go with this? I think I want it to go like that. Do I want to or do I want to treat myself to two bits of this? So we could go 2 bits, couldn't we? Oh, what's that? No, I think we want to go like that, don't we? All right then. So I will get out another piece at another time, but we're just going to go like that. I'm going to tear it. So I have no idea how old this book is, but I should imagine it's quite some age to it, you know. I think it was made in the 1800s rather than the 1900s. Just the quality and the thickness and just like kind of how the deckled edge, like it's all been torn, there's nothing that precise about it. It's even printed a little bit skew-whiff on the page. Okay, so now I was thinking yes. Oh, nice. I think it will. I think it just will. There we go. Roughly measuring it out, and then there's going to be a nice big pocket situation happening. That would be nice. That would be nice as the front, actually. Okay. We're going to keep with just one signature, and we're sort of going to design the signature. I want a really little piece now. To layer on. And then a bigger bit, right as I'm writing. Bigger bit like that. So that we've got sort of like layers that I'll be able to stick bits to, tip things in. Okay. I'm going to fold that way, because then that'll become a banner. And I'll cut the banner for you so you know. And then I was going to do a pocket, but I don't think I need to. I think I'll leave that as a banner. Bit of children's. I might have to mix the children's back in. Let's have a bit of music. Oh, nice bit of tea dye or whatever that's been. Like that. I do want some just picture pin, just pictures, didn't I? Do I want to do that? Could do. Make it into a pocket. Okay, you can be the centre, so we might put some things underneath you. Oh no, we need the lady, don't we? Alright then, let's fold you in the centre. So they're going to be quite considerable. Normally I wouldn't put more than 10 pieces of paper in a signature, but I can go a little bit above. I am sort of feeling that if I could go a little bit above, it would be alright. I don't know. I might not want to overload it. I can always take the smaller bits out, but I quite like having the smaller bits in. Right. I kind of like that on the outside though, because it's like a folio, but I kind of like the idea of her being on the outside. Right, I'm going to decide now that that is where she's going to get folded in. Oh, she looks quite nice on the other side too. Okay, so that's where she's going to get folded in. Just make a pocket out the bottom of her. So these pockets will get sewn into the book. Now this isn't, I have been making floating spines recently, but I'm not going to do that with this one. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, and then, so if we did that, then that lady will be covered up. That would be alright, because then you could open it up and find her. There we go. She's my maiden, isn't she? Oh, I could do a maiden, then a mother, and then a crone as the last one. There we go. See, you're inspiring me. So that's my maiden signature. That's what we're going to call that, is the maiden signature. Let's see how many pages we've got. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Might feel like I could put another one in with the children's stuff. The light. So it could be, what we've got here. I'm not that bothered about the bloke in it, but I really like the this picture. That can all be gessoed up. Could even, oh, I like that. Do I not want, I don't know if I want him or not. I'll do it like that for now. Okay, let's see if we can have a look, because there was that other street, wasn't there? Quite like that street as well. That could be for the second signature, I think. Oh, yes! Look! Because then we've got that. Here's an old lady. Okay, so 3 phases of womanhood coming up. Mother, maiden, and crone. She's in the mother one. She's in the crone one. I don't know why that's in the maiden one, but we'll have that as the maiden one. I'll probably find another one. Bury you down here. What's something else? I liked those birds. I did like those birds. I think this might be enough though. What do we think? Should you have a look through? I will check to see if it'll all fit in simply, because I might have to refold it slightly. I don't mind actually if things are sticking out, but I don't want things to stick out that much, so I'll probably be doing some trimming. but that's okay. As long as the folds are all in, I can trim pages. I'm not that bothered about that. Like that. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I'll cover him up, don't worry. Oh, see, I do like that. And there'll be a little tab there. So on this bit, I could like tip something else in. And I can even do that on these, so like these smaller ones. They can have things that will come out that way. I can fold it in. There's one where I've done the fold at the top. So that one, this is what we will do. We will cut that up so that you will see what I mean. So I'll just get a pair of scissors, because I want it all to hold together. I won't necessarily cut it all the way. I'll just, and generally I do this after they've been bound in, but I just sort of cut it, cut where the fold is, and then I make a little banner. And I like to make it so it's like, I won't be able to do it that way, I'll do it this way, and it doesn't matter anyway, it doesn't have to match because you won't notice. Just make like a little banner. I like it. I like the bit at the top where it's a bit raggedy. We can make the edges work. There we go. That will work. And then I need to work out what I want on the front cover. I'm thinking I kind of want some sort of plaque, but I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that. I've got stamps where I could stamp out individual letters. And it is, like I said, it's going to be called the Book of Whispers. I've got a journal downstairs where I made a closure and I have like a key and a lock. And the lock is made out of a stamp, and the key's an actual, I've got like a load of keys somewhere. And like have a key to it and a cord. I'm thinking there'll be something like that. There will be something like that to sort of make it into a closure. And I think that once I've got my 3 signatures in, it won't be folded flat like that. It will have a little bit of more give in it. But it's not going to be a gator mouth, which I didn't want it to be. So there we go. So what I will do with the other one, which I just made the spine a little bit bigger by sticking in an extra piece of, like an extra wide piece of card, just to sort of spread the spine out, is whatever scraps I've got left over, I will just pop into this book as well. And it's probably going to be 1 signature. It might be 2. No, it's probably just going to be 1, I think. Really. Yeah, 1 chunky signature. And then that will be, I think it's, who does it? Willow Wonders. But I think other people are doing it. But I did see it from Willow Wonder once, where like, you just, when you've got paint on your brush, you just sort of brush it off. I do it with slow stitching actually. I do it in my needle books with slow stitching. If I've got a bit of thread that I really like, and I've got a needle book handy, I will just sort of put a few stitches in. So it's a similar feeling. So I will use that as well simultaneously, and then I don't know what that will become, but it will become something. This will be my Book of Whispers, which will be a book that I will carry on doing throughout 26. And I'm going to start, like, I thought I would start talking about it in the run up to Halloween, because Halloween, or Samhain, as you would say if you were Irish, but I've not got an Irish accent, I've got a Wigan accent, so there we go. It actually is like kind of Celtic New Year. So I like the idea of having New Year now rather than in January, when I just want to sort of like stay under my duvet until the light comes back. So we'll talk more about that, because I'll be making another video this week about this book and my progress in it. So there we go. New book, new journal, still have the family project. I've got a junk journal that's just junk, and it'll be Christmassy. I think I want to go to Tesco's and see if they've got their magazines out, because I've got one magazine from a garden centre. It's a whole thing. That'll be fun. That's just a little bit of frivolity that I enjoy, making things just out of junk and challenging myself to make them look beautiful. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. And I will talk to you soon. I've got 2 slow stitch ideas I want to do this week. So we'll see which one comes out of my head first. Yeah, and I've got a Be Happy Stationery project to do, but that one will be quite an easy one. And I will do that before the end of the month, which is rapidly approaching. Alright everyone, I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I look forward to the next one. Bye bye. Don't forget, do all the little YouTubey things that help my little channel grow. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.